Halifax, Nova Scotia's Jon Epworth and the Improvements have been getting attention thanks to the release of their latest album, Wet on Wet. The latest offering has not only received airplay across Canada, but earned the band an ECMA nomination for a 2007 Alternative Album of the Year.
We spoke with the band about their critically acclaimed album and experience as independent artists.
I started singing in the church choir when I was a very small boy. Fast forward to the Carmines, who used to play Moncton all the time. Good friends with Hope and the Northsides boys. And then later on the Dean Malenkos. I started a solo project and asked these guys originally to join. And then after about a year of playing together as the trio, then Mr. Vautour joined, and for the last couple of years we've been playing as this lineup, and it's been very good. Normally we've been known for, Shane and I anyways, and the Malenkos primarily been known for being punk musicians, or whatever you want to call the Malenkos. It's not really punk, it's something in the Carmines, and it's, you know, it's like punk anyways. But Sum 41 is punk now, and that's the end of it. This is more a little more accessible. I wouldn't necessarily say it's geared towards mainstream, but it definitely has a tendency towards radio playability, a little bit more focus on melody. It's not as sporadic and quick, but I really try and focus heavily on lyrical content and vocal melody, and then these guys just really embellish all the stuff around it. The latest album, it's called Wet on Wet, and featuring artwork by the illustrious graphic design team Yo Rodeo, who are very, very cool artists, really nice guys too. Yeah, we went to Idea of East, which is now a defunct studio. It was torn down pretty much after our band and Mike's other band, Ermine, recorded albums there. It was the last things recorded there, and it's a rock
group effort.
It's a group effort.
Then
yeah.
I mean, little bit more. They're your songs. But
yeah, no, but I mean, the other stuff I recorded all by myself, with a little bit of help here and there. This one was a bit more of a pitch in. I came in to the studio with the songs, or to the rehearsal with the songs, the basic structure of some of the songs, and we just kind of let fly with how the things became arranged. And a lot of the songs, for example, Extra Fries, was just basically one riff and some lyrical ideas that I had, and I brought it to Shane Shane and Javo well, you were living there at the time, I guess Javo was, and we just started jamming on it, and Shane came up with a really cool bass line, and Javo came up with some really great guitar, and so it was more like that. It's a slow process if you don't have a machine behind you or a great buzz about you. And I mean, we have been played in college radios and whatnot across the country, but it just took a long time. We went on a tour, and there were some label mishaps that occurred, and so it took a little while. But I think after this tour, I think it'll be a little bit a better known album. I always thought of the stuff that we play having a rock edge to it, I guess, but with an artistic bent, and I don't know. I perceive it as something that has some artistic viability, as well as you know a semi-rock radio sound. But we try and stretch the boundaries a little bit and play with time signatures and just really, especially with the stuff that Javo does, he really adds interesting texture and color to the songs, and he plays really well with dissonance and that sort of thing. And so I really enjoy that you know, it just, to me it makes the difference between it being just a rock record and something that has, you know, a little bit more of a creative element to it.
I think people didn't really know exactly what it was either. They kind of didn't really know where to put it, like because it is a little bit all over the place. Your wacky ideas. Not that we transcend categories, but I guess it covers a lot of different ones.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I thought that, even though there are a lot of good creative elements going on in the album, and there's a lot of diversity within the structures of the songs, I found that it for me personally, it's the most cohesive sounding album that I've ever taken part in. It's not, to me, it sounds like very, very focused, and I feel that it sounds like a very complete and structured album, and it doesn't sound like us trying to really jerk off creatively, so to speak, in order to impress people and say, look at how many varied styles that we can play in. But then I hear reviews from other people saying this thing is all over the place and it covers a variety of genres, which is cool. You just don't even realize it. But it still is a tailgate party album, so get your kegs out.
anguish, 15 minutes of fame, 29 years of anguish, 15 minutes of fame.
long as you are, you know, a decent band and you try and put forward a good show, and try and be fairly professional about it. It's not that hard to build up a local following. With the internet, it definitely has helped for touring and getting a fan base outside of your own towns and your own territory. The thing that's hard is selling albums. That's the thing that's hard. And now it seems to be. I mean, I'm not sure, but I mean, I've been in different bands, as have all these guys, who have done tours throughout, you know, to Ontario and back and across Canada and whatnot for the last decade, and I definitely feel that I've noticed a dwindling in people that come out to see shows, primarily because they want to hear new music, because it's even in the last 5 years, the culture has just become so media fed and inundated that it's people just, and plus it's expensive. It's expensive to go out. It's expensive to buy CDs, and people don't have to buy CDs. I was speaking with a little while ago, one of the guys from Holy Fuck, Mike Bigelow, who's been a friend of ours for a long time, and he was saying that people were coming up to them at shows because they had a vinyl album that they had sold out of at a particular leg of their tour, and were waiting for some more, and they had a lot of young kids coming up to them and saying, where's the vinyl? And they said, well, we don't have it right now, we sold out of it, but we've got the CD. And they say, well, we've already had the CD for a week. Yeah. But we want the vinyl. Yeah. So I mean, if that's the trend, if people are looking for things that they can't download and something that has a bit more of a tactile quality, and if it goes back in that direction, then I'm all for that. You know, that's really cool.
It's fine until you need a big chunk of money for some reason, for albums or tours, and then it becomes kind of a big issue. But other than that, I think it's nice to be independent.
Even I think it's great to be an independent, because you call your own shots, you can market yourself as you see fit, and you can do things totally within your own guidelines. And CDs aren't even that expensive to manufacture now, and recording has become much cheaper, just because of the fact that so many people are able to record CDs at home and spend the majority of their money with mixing and mastering, rather than spending lengthy bouts of time in the studio. My thing would be just like a smaller, or like a larger indie label would be more, I think, our style, you know.
Well, we've been doing this long on our own. It's like,
I'd be happy doing what we do now, but actually having some money.
Yeah.
To do stuff, to be able to make more records, to be able to, you know, shoot a video if we feel like it, make a documentary if we want to, be able to go on tour and not have to sleep right here. You know? But other than that, I'm completely happy with where we are right now.
I think it's safe to say we all make pretty meager livings, no offense to anybody. But we make meager livings now and play music in addition to that. So if we could make a meager living just playing music, that'd be incredible.
If I was able to, you know, ideally, if I was able to play music with people that I think are good musicians, be able to do it on my own schedule, and be able to do it within the terms that I set, and, you know, eventually be able to use that success to do something that matters, and not just be concerned with you know, your own welfare. But if you can get to the level where you're past that, then that to me would be success.
Baby, would you fuck me tonight? How much if we come here and jam like for 3 hours once a month?